Okay, calm down.
Making his Katie Halper show debut, Jamal Mohamad, who had a really interesting viral interaction with none other than Zionist rabbi, author, Rabbi Shmuley. Jamal Mohamad, he is a second-generation Palestinian-American, born and raised in North Carolina. He's the current president of the Arab Student Organization at North Carolina State University and has firsthand witnessed the brutal Israeli occupation and apartheid system during his time in Palestine. So, welcome, Jamal.
Hey, how's it going?
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Just so everyone's on the same page, let's show this video of you interacting with Rabbi Shmuley. And this is what the rabbi, the good rabbi, this is what he tweeted out. I was skating in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, when an anti-Semitic, Israel-hating, pro-Hamas thug came over to me on the ice and screamed, "Free Palestine," endangering me as I was on the ice and would not leave me alone. He said, "Your name is Rabbi Shmuley, and you can't expect to simply go around New York and get away with what you're doing to support genocide and apartheid. Watch and see what's happening to Jews all around the United States in general and New York City in particular. Hashtag never again." Because obviously never again refers to having someone say "Free Palestine" to you. So let's see what happened.
You mean Free Palestine?
Yeah.
On the ice?
On the ice.
Really? That's the only thing you can think of? Harassing me on the ice?
And Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
You came over to me
Happy
and said
holidays
Free
and
Palestine on the ice. What's your name?
Yeah. You don't need to know my name.
Why? What are you
Someone
afraid
said
of?
Free Palestine. I'm not afraid
This
of
is going to
anything.
be everywhere anyway.
Good.
You came over to me on the ice in
And I
Bryant
said
Park
Free
and
Palestine.
harassed me with Free
and
Palestine.
I said Free Palestine. And I gave you a fist bump. And you didn't want to. Now you're recording me.
You are saying Free Palestine knowing that it's an anti-Semitic slur to destroy Israel.
Not at all.
So you
Not
don't
at all.
want
I'm
to
saying
you
Free
don't want to
Palestine.
destroy
I'm saying
you don't want to
liberate
destroy
people.
Israel.
No, why would I want to destroy people?
So what do you want? Free
Free
Palestine.
Palestine.
What about from what?
Liberation of people.
You mean from Hamas, who are the
No,
terrorists?
I want to liberate
who killed-
people.
So you're okay,
I want the freedom
you're
of
okay
people.
with terrorists.
I want the end to a
So you're
genocide.
okay.
I want the end to
He's
a
harassing, he's
put the
harassing
phone
me.
away, buddy.
He's harassing me.
Put the phone away.
Okay, let's see the follow-up, right? Because there was a follow-up
follow-up.
clip that didn't get as much attention. It's showing.
There is no re-entry after ice.
Apartheid?
Thank you for skating.
Apartheid, huh?
Bank of America, Winter Village. At
So you
Bryant
came over and you want a fist bump and then you start telling me that Israel's an apartheid. Why are you harassing me?
I just said Free Palestine. You started recording me.
Why are you harassing me on the ice?
Because you are very pro-genocide, apartheid, and fascist state.
Oh.
So when I see you in person, I want to tell you my opinion.
So we're on the ice. We're on the ice. We're on the ice in a public space.
You can't expect
This is a
to be
public
everywhere
space.
in
So
public
you expect me.
and not have you express
Yeah, it's a public space. What's this on the ice? Did he like have some kind of traumatic experience on the ice once?
I don't know what the deal is. I guess like you can say Free Palestine anywhere but on the ice. But I
Right.
don't know why he was so hooked on like it
I
being
know.
on the
It was
ice.
so ridiculous.
Yeah,
Here he
yeah.
is reflecting on what happened.
Yeah.
I was just ice skating in New York City when, as you'll watch the video, two Israel hater anti-Semites, pro-Hamas, I guess they're Palestinian, I don't know, they both just said, "Free Palestine." And I said, why are you saying that to me while I'm skating? You could hurt me. And they said, "Free Palestine." And I said, "Why are you saying that?" They said, "Aren't you Rabbi Shmuley? You have no right to be a pro-genocide, pro-apartheid, and think you're not going to be harassed." Then the people who run the skating ring came over and made us both leave the ice. This is astonishing. What's happening here in the community? Happening in New York City. The anti-Semitism, the hatred, harassment, these pro-gang rape, pro-murder of civilians, disgusting, vile people, and it's happening all over. You have to watch the videos.
He's crazy.
He's so crazy.
He is insane.
And then here's how it was picked up, of course, by Breitbart, right-wing website. Rabbi Shmuley Boteach harassed by anti-Israel activists while skating in NYC. Wow. All right. So tell us about this experience and what made you say the anti-Semitic slur that is Free Palestine.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was in New Jersey for the break for the holidays, and we ended up going to Bryant Park to ice skate with some family members and my cousins. And as we're skating, I notice, Rabbi Shmuley has his headphones in. He's just chilling. He's ice skating, and I'm like, "Is that Rabbi Shmuley? Is that Rabbi Shmuley?" And I realized it's Rabbi Shmuley. So, he's online spewing, he's an unapologetic, genocidal propagandist for Israel. What he says is directly linked to the children dying in Palestine right now.
Israel does not send its Air Force to carpet bomb cities. It sends in its military. I have a friend who died, six children, 39, because he was personally trying to stop a Hamas terror tunnel. Israel is surgical. Israel is only going after the fighters. Israel has opened humanitarian corridors for the Palestinians to go south. How many Palestinian children need to die? God forbid, not one. All Hamas needs to do is let the civilian population go south. Stop using them as human shields. Hamas wants these Palestinian children to die. Every Palestinian child to Hamas is a bulletproof vest.
But you said
they exist for no other reason than to humiliate Israel. Let them go south and be safe. But Hamas wants them.
But Rabbi Shmuley,
it's Hamas's fault. It's Hamas's fault. It's Hamas's fault.
Rabbi Shmuley,
Palestinians are causing their deaths, but it is ruining. It is causing the moral decay of Israel.
Blood libel. This is a blood libel against the Jewish people. You may as well just say that we drink the blood of Christian children in our mouths.
It's not working.
I had to say my piece to him. I had to let him know. I didn't think, he should be, skating around all fun, and saying all these things. So I just wanted to let him know my opinion. I went up to him very peacefully. I just kind of said, free Palestine, like right next to him. I just said, yeah, free Palestine. I offered him a fist bump. He kind of started off nice. He was like, why would you say that to me? Why would you say that? And he pulled out his phone, knowing it's an anti-Semitic slur to kill all the Israelis and shit. And I was like, whoa, what is happening? Like, he was going crazy. And he just got super aggressive. And after he started doing that, I kind of realized he's trying to get me to say something. He was trying to scare me. He wanted to know my name. Why are you scared? Why are you scared? I'm not scared. I just wanted to, free Palestine. But I was genuinely hoping to have like a conversation or just to like hear something from him. Granted, because I recognized him from like Piers Morgan and, and everything he said. But yeah, I was curious. I just wanted to let him know that, we see him and we know he's there. And yeah, I just want to let him know free Palestine, see what he would say. But I mean, and then the second video you saw, he ends up going to like the corner of the ice and he's kind of minding his business. And I see him put on glasses and he's on his phone, something's on his phone. And I'm chilling, I'm ready, I'm about to leave the ice. And then he comes back around to me. I see him, I was like, I know he's gonna stop. But I didn't say anything. And he came around, he said like apartheid, yeah. And when I saw that video, he never had his phone out in his hand. And then we came to the conclusion that, and after I downloaded the video from Twitter, I realized it's in a smaller format, that he was recording from his glasses. So he had a camera in his glasses and he was trying his hardest to get me to say something so he can post it online and like paint this perspective of him being the victim so he can use it, against the Palestinian movement.
Right.
And yeah, I just think it's insane.
So sneaky, and yet he still couldn't get you because you didn't say anything remotely problematic. You didn't say anything that anyone would be embarrassed of.
Yeah, I mean, well, we know that movement of the Palestinians is looked under like a magnifying glass. So anything we say, anything we do, it's double checked to like the next level, to the extreme. So we can't go around, saying the things he says online. He can go and say, don't stop the genocide. He's producing speech to induce violence and hate, and he's never checked. But saying free Palestine, now I'm being checked. I'm somehow a pro-Hamas thug, pro-gang rape. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was completely like the opposite of the perspective he was trying to paint. So everybody was like, I don't think that's Rabbi. I don't agree with this. He doesn't look like that at all. And then it really worked out.
So tell us what free Palestine means for you and why this is an important issue for you.
Well, obviously the movement that's happening right now, the Palestinian people are going through, oppression. There's a current genocide going on right now, but, free Palestine is allowing people to have basic human rights, allowing people to access the resources, allowing people to drive wherever they want, allowing people that are 5 minutes away from, a place that has the most religious standing, like, Al-Aqsa Mosque and the other religious churches, allowing people to go to those places without having to worry about apartheid walls or being stopped, allowing people to come in and out of their country. Even now, I feel like, what's going on. I just blew up. I probably won't be able to go back and visit. I feel like they're going to stop me in the airport. They're going to see everything I'm saying, giving the people the right to return to their land, things like that, stopping people from occupying land that people live in, in the West Banks. Settlers shouldn't be taking people's houses. I think a free Palestine is literally allowing the Palestinian people to live normal human lives.
And what is your relationship to Palestine?
Yeah, so I'm Palestinian. I was born in the U.S. And yeah, I was born here. My mom was born in New Jersey. My dad was born in Venezuela, but both of my grandparents are from the West Bank. So I have a family and uncles in the West Bank. And yeah, I visited Palestine multiple times. I've seen the checkpoints. I've seen the Israeli soldiers. I've been to Jerusalem. I've seen how they march around. You kind of just keep your head down and hope they don't mess with you. That's kind of the biggest thing. And also, like, the relationship I have to the Free Palestine movement itself is, I want my kids to see that Free Palestine. I think it's more than just liberating the people of Palestine. It's a people's movement versus the political elites, I feel like, at this point. So to me, if we're able to, continue with this movement, we can see a free Congo, we can see a free Sudan. It's more than just a free Palestine. I feel like it's the people showing what they truly want and the people fighting for liberation.
By the way, I should have said this earlier, but it makes sense that one of the things that Shmuley, Rabbi Shmuley, supports, among many things, is the settlements, Israeli settlements. So he's not just supportive of the occupation, but settlements, and he once referred to residents of the Hebron settlement as having great warmth, friendliness, and hospitality, and views liberated from hatred. And he was, of course, supportive of Trump, and called him the most pro-Israel president in history. And tell us more about what you observed in Palestine.
I guess touching on the Rabbi Shmuley thing, I think real quick is that he just completely spews hate, racism against the Palestinian people. I mean, even those it's known by almost every accredited source that the occupied West Bank is occupied. Those settlements are illegal. Right. So to back that up, especially that there's no Hamas in the West Bank either.
Right.
So
you don't even have the excuse of
Exactly. There's no excuse other than that you want land. Luckily, I have an American passport, so I don't go through, even a slight amount of what people go through in the people that live in the West Bank, the occupied West Bank. So luckily, I didn't see too much. I saw the soldiers, and I saw, you could tell that it's clearly an apartheid state, in the West Bank, and it's not talked about enough. But people come in, the IOF soldiers will come in at night, and they'll literally take people just cause. Look, I have the privilege to live here. Right? I have the privilege to not live in occupied occupied territory, but it's not talked about enough that the people in the West Bank and the people of all Palestine, the IOF solely makes their life miserable. So I mean, you see it throughout. When you're there, you see the car rides that would normally take 5 minutes now take 2 hours because you have to go through checkpoints, or you can't just drive through normally.
There's just this, daily built-in humiliation.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously then there's killing.
Oh yeah.
But even when it's not as dramatic, it's built-in daily humiliation and institutionalized violence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Their sole goal is to make the people lose their spirits. Right. I think the people at the West Bank, they're solely at the mercy, from what we've heard and we have a couple of friends tell us that if whatever they're trying to do is solely at the mercy of the IOF soldiers' view on that day. So if they're having a good day,
and IOF, by the way, is the Israeli Occupation Forces.
Yeah.
Instead of IDF, which is what they call themselves, but that's what people mean when they say IOF. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not defending themselves at all from anything. They're always in the offensive. But yeah, they're completely at the mercy of these soldiers. And luckily with, I'm American, so I don't witness it, but these are all, firsthand account stories that I'm hearing. But if they want to go pray in Jerusalem, if the IOF soldiers having a good day, they're in. If they're having a bad day, go home. Right. Everything is controlled, the water, food, electricity. I remember when I was in Palestine, I had to use a bucket, of boiling water to wash, because sometimes they'll turn the electricity off, and then they have the jugs on the ceilings, the jugs on the roofs, the water reserves. So when they turn electricity off, my mom, her uncle had a well, and she talked about how amazing the water was, and she loved everything about it. And they poisoned the well when they were taking the land. Yeah. She brags about how amazing the water was when she was drinking it, and back when she used to visit Palestine. But yeah, they poison the wells, and they have complete control of every aspect of life, and they try to take away every tiny thing of life. This is just in the West Bank. This is not even talking about, the absolute atrocities that are happening in Gaza today. But yeah, overall, I mean, I've always had a deep connection to the issue. My mom's always talked about it. She raised me on this. She raised me to be an activist. And I think it's important that we don't stop talking about it. Oh, I was going to say also, like, I see in the video, Rabbi Shmuley, he was like, freedom from Hamas. And I just want you to know that, no, freedom from the Israeli occupation. I wanted to clarify that too.
Have you faced any kind of prejudice, bigotry, hatred over things that you've said about Palestine or over being Palestinian?
No, personally, I have not. I mean, you see it going around. I'm a little afraid to wear my keffiyeh, after the kids in Vermont. Yeah, that was
shot.
Very tragic. Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of the protests will have Israeli people come up and they'll try. Some of them are aggressive, some of them less aggressive. Like we had a protest at NC State and we had a couple people come up to us like, what you're doing is anti-Semitic and this, that. And, he actually came back and talked to us and we were able to, provide him with like sources to look at and documentaries, and it worked out well. So I think, we have to know that we uphold like a standard. So when these people try to be aggressive to us, we can be calm, and we know that what we're standing up for is the truth. So we can be calm and we don't have to play into what they're trying to do, I think is the biggest part.
And what kind of work do you do with the Arab student organization?
Yeah, I mean, so like once everything happened, we knew we had to start doing things around campus. We have a freedom expression tunnel. We were, putting Palestinian flags, putting facts, putting things there. We held a vigil for the lives lost. So we had a couple of speakers come up, some speakers from Gaza that have family in Gaza. And then we had a bunch of people over there for the vigil. We also had a bake sales where we were, selling cookies and brownies for the people in Gaza. We donated to PCRF. And then we had 2 protests. So one protest we just had on campus. And the other protest, it was a symbolized walk from our bell tower to the Raleigh Capitol. They did that walk, and I believe it was in the 1960s for Cambodia, for the war in Cambodia. Yeah, so kind of like a parallel to anti-war walk there. Yeah, so we've been doing a couple of things. I think next semester we're going to do more. Great.
Well, thank you so much. Any final words? Anything you wanted to make sure our audience hears from you?
Yeah, I mean, I think what the Israeli propaganda is trying to do is do everything in their possibility to take away sympathy from the Palestinians. So if it's victimizing themselves, if it's calling out like chants like from the river to the sea, that's solely for the liberation of the Palestinian people, they will do anything in their way to take away sympathy from the Palestinian people. I think we have to, see through the propaganda, see through the lies, and stay strong. I think, there's a big chant going around right now. It's like, we will free Palestine in our lifetime. And that one kind of stands with me because, I hope my mother gets to see a free Palestine so we can go back and we can enjoy Palestine. But I really want my kids to enjoy free Palestine. And I know I have friends that are from Gaza and they'll never be able to return to their childhood homes. So it means a ton to us as a Palestinian people. And I think it should mean a lot to everybody. I think lies are being exposed. Everything is being exposed now. So this is a movement of the people. And it just showcases a lot that, if we stand together, we can truly get like the proper liberation and the justice that people deserve around the world. Keep on educating yourself, keep on posting, tell your friends, if you see like a politician or, someone that spreads hate, a very simple, nonviolent little fist bump, free Palestine, let them know we're here. Let them know that we see them. We know what they're doing. And yeah, I guess free Palestine. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on, and come back on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, whenever you want me, I'm here.
Great. You can be our North Carolina stringer, our North Carolina correspondent.
Will do.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, that was great.